Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jose Govea, and this is my new channel. It's going to be a lot about boot camp stuff. It's going to be a lot about the military stuff as it stands right now and as it progresses, but it's also going to be about fitness and, ways for people or for future sailors, people that are going to boot camp here soon, people who just want to get in shape in general, just interested in this type of stuff. I'm going to help you guys out as much as I can, take you guys through my journey, what it's been like, what it's not been like, things you got to do, just kind of things, just to get you acclimated before actually going to boot camp or just in life in general. Because, it's one thing, you're a civilian one day and literally that night you're no longer a civilian. It just changes as quick as that. It's a complete lifestyle change, but it's also great. There's a lot of downsides to it, but it's like everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys through a bunch of stuff. You guys let me know what you guys want to talk about or what you guys would like me to enlighten you with. But today's video is gonna be about boot camp and just boot camp in general. It's gonna be a brief overview over the first 8 weeks, or I guess the 8 weeks in general. I got out of boot camp almost 2 months ago, so I'm here actually at TSC Great Lakes, and this is where I'm gonna be at for the next, a few months, foreseeable future at least. Just the whole bunch of holds process, this whole thing going on with Corona and whatnot. I've been trying to figure out how to get this out there and whatnot, but I figured now's as good a time as ever to start this channel. So yeah, boot camp in general is actually, it's very simple, it's very easy, and I don't say that because I know there's a bunch of different people from different backgrounds and whatnot, but when I say it's easy, if you just listen to them and you actually dedicate yourself, you buy in from day one on what you got to do, I promise you, you'll be fine, you'll succeed, you'll go right through it, right? The biggest issue with people coming in or with boot camp in general, I guess there's a few of them, but I would say one of them is just the complete culture shock. You go from being a civilian, like I said earlier. 1 minute, you get on that bus, and then the next thing you know, you have people yelling at your face. I came in a little bit older. I'm 24, so for me, it wasn't as hard. It wasn't as bad. But what I always say and what I've always thought, and the way the thing is done, is that these people, these RDCs, these petty officers, these chiefs that come in that are doing this RDC work, first of all, they have an extremely hard job. But these guys, everything that they do is designed to scare the typical 18, 19, 20-year-old kid. Because you guys are still you're adults, but you're still kids. You don't know a lot what's going on. Because my mindset now from 24 to what it was back then is completely different. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When they're yelling at you, it's not because they're mad at you or because they hate you or because they're singling you out. It's literally because they want to see how you react under pressure and how you react under that stress. So just keep that in mind at all times, because you're gonna get yelled at for a bunch of dumb things that you have no idea what you're talking about, what they're talking about, or things that are simple as I don't know, not folding your your shirts a certain way, or your PT shorts, or not hanging up something the right way. Something as simple as that, they'll yell at you and they'll beat you for it or motivate you for it. But it's not hard, I promise you, all right? Just gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll start at P days, okay? So obviously, regardless of where you go or where you're from, whether you're from Chicago, whether you're from San Diego, wherever you go, you guys should know, if you guys already signed your contracts and you guys already been through MEPS one time, if you're actually going to your recruiting station, going to these DEP meetings, you guys should know that once you guys do ship out, you guys will ship out to Chicago. You guys will all meet up at O'Hare, and from O'Hare, you're gonna go to the USO there, the O'Hare Airport, and then you're probably gonna depending on what time you get there, you're gonna be waiting there for hours. It could be hours, it could be an hour, it could be half an hour. So I got to boot camp December 18th. So my experience personally was, I'm from Iowa, so it's not really a long flight. My flight was 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes tops. So I flew out of Iowa at 2:30, got to O'Hare or landed in Chicago at 3:45, or not 3:45, 3:15, my bad. And then from there, I probably waited, I'd probably say 3 or 4 hours before I actually got anywhere. And in that time, at MEPS, they will give you they'll give you a voucher, right? They'll give you a ticket, a meal voucher. If you can use it, it's like 23 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. Use that. Most restaurants, whether it's fast food restaurants or whatnot, will take it, or they did for us anyway. They'll take that little meal voucher for your payment, or whatever, for like a payment. So when you guys go there, you eat something, actually take advantage of that. You don't have to pay out of your own pocket if you don't have to. Like, why would you do that? And take advantage of that, because it's going to be your last decent meal, last good meal in a few months. Especially now with this whole coronavirus thing. I don't know if they're still shipping out people. From the sounds of it, they still are, but you could put them in quarantine. And I don't know how much longer that's going to last, or if they're stopping it here soon. But if they do continue to ship out people, just keep in mind that if you were leaving soon, or while this whole corona thing is going on, or this COVID-19 thing is going on, you guys will be on hold for 2 weeks. You guys will be quarantined for at least 2 weeks once you get to boot camp, just because they don't want you guys possibly having COVID-19 and bringing it in with you guys without actually knowing it. So they want you guys to be quarantined for a while before they actually do anything, before they can actually put you on the training group, because you guys will be around a lot of people. You guys will be around a lot of instructors that have lives too, and they're around a bunch of different people, and you don't want to spread as fast as it spreads. All right. So yeah, like I said, take advantage of that meal. Take advantage of those last 3 or 4 hours that you guys are gonna have with your freedom, because once you get out of the USO, you're gonna be sitting waiting for a bus. So that was probably like another hour. And then they do the whole little, like, they separate you into groups, because there's gonna be multiple people there. Like the night that I arrived, I believe was the last night that I'm pretty sure it was the last night that they were taking in recruits before the holiday. So that day that I arrived was the last day that took anybody into boot camp for like 2 or 3 weeks because of Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. So yeah, they're gonna be sitting there for a while. So during that time, call your family, call your friends, embrace that last couple of hours of a civilian, because it does go by really quick. And that's gonna be the last time you get to talk to them, to most of those family members, for a couple months, or at least a month, because I mean, you will get your phone call when you get to night of arrival. You get it. It's like 3 minutes long. So you literally call, and they might not pick up. And if they don't pick up, that you're just out of luck. So make sure that you let people know that they gotta either keep their phone on or say your goodbyes then at the airport. All right. And then you might get a phone. I don't know how it's working right now with like the whole thing that they got going on, but you will get a phone call within like 2 weeks after like your whole training actually starts. But with that being said, all right, it's gonna be like night of arrival is gonna be a shock, and it's not like you see it, or at least it wasn't for me. It's not like, if you guys have seen Making the Sailor documentary on YouTube, all the yelling stuff that they do. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's not really like that at all. At least it wasn't for me. Sorry, they're just calling somebody through the intercom system. This is my chat time, which is not really supposed to be here, but it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, it wasn't really like that for me. There wasn't a lot of yelling and stuff. I mean, there was a little bit, but not really that much. And it's gonna be a very long night. I promise you, it's gonna be a very long night. From the time that I woke up at the hotel at MEPS that morning to the time I went to sleep the next night, it was a Wednesday morning. I woke up at 4 o'clock, and I didn't get to sleep until 9:30, 10 o'clock Thursday night. So I was up for, I think I've calculated like 42, 44 hours, something like that. And you guys have to stay awake. They will keep you awake, right? But that first night, it's miserable, especially if you're the first bus off. Like I was the first bus here that night. So yeah, we got the call. Then they had us take all our stuff off. Then the first thing we did was do urinalysis right after that. So make sure you guys drink plenty of water and stuff. Make it easy. There's a guy in my on my bus that probably took him 2 hours to pee, and he couldn't move on until after he took his urinalysis. So make sure you guys are very well hydrated, and make sure that you guys are actually able to pee when you guys get here, because it's not like there's no option. You guys have to do it. And then after that, like after P days, or not after P days, after that, like after that night, then they're gonna issue you guys this stuff. They're gonna issue you guys PT gear, and that's what you're gonna be wearing. They're gonna issue you guys some shorts. Actually, give me a second. I can probably take them out for you real quick just to show you what you guys are gonna get. Give me a second. So you guys are gonna get these shorts right here. And yes, I still fold all my stuff like basic bootcamp training style, just because it's easier. It just fits and it just kind of stuck with me. And then you guys are gonna get this shirt. All right, it's nothing fancy, nothing crazy. And then along with that, you guys are gonna get 2 sets of that. You're gonna get 2 shorts and 2 shirts. You're gonna get skivvies, which are just whitey tighties, and you're gonna get your sweatpants. You're gonna change into that. Then they're gonna give you a box, and then in that box you can just stuff all your stuff, like your personal belongings that you want to keep. And they will ask you if you guys want to donate anything you guys brought. So don't. First of all, I wouldn't bring anything but like the clothes on your back, and then maybe like your phones and your phone chargers and stuff like that that you're gonna need when you get out. But other than that, I wouldn't really bring too much, especially now that it's like getting warm outside. I wouldn't bring like too many jackets or whatever, because you guys won't be able to wear them for like the first 2 weeks after you get out of boot camp anyway. And you're gonna get most of the clothes. And most of the clothes you're gonna wear is gonna be boot camp stuff, or the stuff they give you during boot camp, like they issue you anyway. So I wouldn't really waste much time with that. Okay, so just travel as light as you can. But after you get changed out of that, and then you're just gonna sit there for a while. They're gonna give you your shoe sizes as well. They're gonna give you, they're just gonna give you like your go fasters. I show you what they look like, at least what they did for me. But I threw mine away like the second I got out of boot camp because I hated those things. But they're nothing special. They're really trashy, in my opinion anyway. But I'm also a huge shoe guy, so you guys might actually like them. Because I know a couple people that I graduated with still have theirs, and it's been 2 months almost. So, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot of sit and wait, man. It's gonna be a lot of hurry up and wait. That night, like I said, we were there like at 7, 8 o'clock maybe, and we were done getting our stuff. Because they'll give you like your notebooks. They'll give you. So they're gonna give you something that looks like this. Just like your recruit notebook. They're gonna give you one of these, and these are very important. These, like, I promise you guys are gonna need this every step of the way. You're gonna need it for your test. You're gonna need it for your inspections, because they'll have stuff on how to like dress and stuff. Rank and recognition is all in here, and that's all very important stuff that you guys are gonna have to learn. So keep this, and mine was very well used. As you can tell, it's falling apart. Like, it's just tape on it everywhere. But yeah, so keep track of all that stuff. They're gonna give you a C bag. It's green. It's actually back there. I'll show that in a different video. But it's got a lot of stuff. You're gonna be sitting there forever, I promise you. We were probably done with all of our stuff that night around maybe midnight, 1 o'clock. And then the rest of the time we were sitting out in that P-way where we first lined up when they got here. When we got off the bus, we're sitting there. They'll divide you into your divisions. If you're integrated, like I was in an integrated division, then it'll be different. And like they'll have men on one side and they'll have females on the other side. And they'll have multiple different divisions there. I think we had 3 that night, where I was standing there. But since we were the first ones there, we were standing with our sea bags on our backs or on the ground for like the next 4 hours, or 5 hours, 4.5 hours, because we didn't actually get to go to our barracks until or temporary compartment until like around 05:30, 06 that morning. So we just stood there forever. You could use you could use the head, you could or the bathroom. You could drink some, you could get some water and whatnot. But other than that, you just had to stand there. And what ended up being my division, and me and myself included, we were very bad at things. We just talked all the time. And that night was no different. We would talk, and eventually the RDCs had enough of it, and they called us at attention. They called us to attention with their sea bags on our backs. Just the male side. The female side didn't have to do it, from what I can remember. And then, so yeah, we sat there with our sea bags on our backs for probably a good, I'd probably say 2 hours maybe. Yeah, 2 hours. And And those sea bags get to, I think they're like, at night, they probably weigh like 50, 60 pounds. So yeah, it gets tiring, it sucks. Some of us, like, we would go to the head to like just get there, just just have a few minutes without the sea bag on our backs, or we go take a water break, so we can put our sea bag back down, put it back on. But yeah, you're just gonna be sitting there in silence for however long they need you to, and then they'll take you to your barracks. And then that's when they do like the whole boot camp experience has arrived thing. They'll introduce you to your actual RDCs, and if you're an integrated division, there's gonna be 2 different divisions in there. You're gonna have your male side, you're gonna have your female side. They'll split up, and you'll get your own RDCs. But if you're in an integrated division, you will be dealing with 6 RDCs at a time or any given day, compared to if you're just an all-male division where you'll be dealing with just 3. But yeah, so like they introduced us or whatever, we sit down, and they saw that like our lead RDC, my chief, it was his first time ever. You could kind of tell that it was his first division, his first push division. But they'll give you the whole, everything's changing, blah blah blah. You are no longer civilian. Your boot camp experience starts now. And as soon as they say boot camp experience starts now or whatever, they just immediately start yelling at you. Don't get phased. Like, don't go crazy. Don't try to run like crazy. Like, you're gonna need to move, obviously, but don't don't let it get to you, right? So just literally, line up and do what they say. You're gonna have to get into a height line as soon as they call that, because you're gonna be going to chow. It's gonna be the first time you can eat from the time that you ate at the airport. So you're gonna go from, maybe 5, 6 o'clock that evening until 6 o'clock that morning without a meal. So make sure you make it a good meal and going back to like the airport stuff. And then that whole day, so you do that. Then if you're a male, you get your head shaved, which sucks. And then they go through some more basic paperwork. You get your ID picture taken. You get a bunch of other stuff. I don't remember exactly what all goes on that first day, but it's a bunch of tedious stuff. And make sure you stay awake. Like, it gets hard to stay awake. But you will do it. You have no choice. You'll get a bag meal. You get a bag meal for lunch that day as well after you eat chow in the galley. But after that, you're gonna get a bag meal for lunch that day. And then you're gonna go, and I can't remember exactly what you do right after that, but it's a bunch of tedious stuff. And you're gonna have to do some meetings and whatnot, or some like presentations. You're gonna have to go to a drill hall and listen to the CEO speak. So you're gonna have to listen to Captain Thor speak for a while. If it isn't Captain Thor, it's gonna be the CMC, or the Command Master Chief. Twyford, I believe, is who it was that spoke at mine, actually. Actually, I don't remember who it was, to be honest. It was such a long time ago. But yeah, you will just figure out how to stay awake. But then it goes by after that, man. The first 2 weeks after P days, time starts picking up. It's gonna suck after P days. And this video's getting kind of long, but I can keep going, I guess. I'll just make this video about P days instead of the whole bootcamp experience. I'll break down from now on. I'll just break down everything else by video. But P days. So just going back to P days, that's P one day when you finally get to go to sleep. I promise you it's the best sleep you had. But unfortunately, there will be one person that has to stand and watch like right after they get there that night, so they won't be able to go to sleep right away. But they're only hour watches while you're in P days, while you're in that ship, because you will be moving ships after P days. But anyway, the next day is so that's P1 day. P2 day, it's just a bunch of the same like nonchalant things. I believe you go get like a medical screening and a dental screening. It's not like actual like your physical. You just go, no, never mind, that's P3 day. You'll go and they'll check you, make sure that your hearing's okay, make sure that your vision's okay, and if it's not, what glasses you need, and they'll get you your military glasses. I had those too, but I threw those out as well. But I mean, they're not horrible, but they're not great either. And you will have to wear those throughout boot camp, because if you don't, they will call you out on it, and then you just don't want that. But after that, you'll get a dental screening. You'll get a dental screening regardless. They'll take x-rays of your stuff, and then you'll get your full stamp P3 day. Yeah, P3 day, I believe. And then P4 day, you will get shots. And those are okay depending on what all you need. I think I got 4 shots that day. And this is just like a rough, like fast overview. You're going to be doing a lot of studying those times too, because they'll tell you that you're not, they'll make you get out your training notebook, because you're going to have a backpack that goes with it as well, that you have to take with you everywhere. So you'll have that, and all the while, like, you're going to wear this same PT gear. I mean, you're going to be switching out like PT shorts and PT shirts or whatever, but you're going to be wearing sweatpants every day for like the first 2 weeks until you get your actual uniforms. You'll be wearing that every day along with your Go Fasters or your boots, because you get your boots like week. You'll get your boots actually, I think, like P3 day too. So you'll go to uniform issue P3 day as well. And they'll size you up for your uniforms or whatever. And then after they size you up, they're gonna give you a bunch of different things. So they're gonna give you they're gonna give you 3 N-dubs, and you're gonna have to take those. Or they're gonna have to take, after you get sized, they'll take them back, and they gotta put their names on them, or your last names on them or whatever. And after they do that, what time is it? Okay. After they do that, you probably will get them back like you probably get them like day 1, week 1 or something like that, or something. It's gonna be like that first week or so that you'll get them back, depending on exactly what's going on. But after, anyway, going back to the shots. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked. So yeah, you get your shots. So you get like your flu shot. You'll get like a tetanus shot. You'll get a bunch of different like other minimal or like small shots that you need. And then regardless of whether you've had a penicillin shot or not, you will get one. Note the expression on my face. You will get a penicillin shot, which is a peanut butter shot. Those suck. Like, you just drop your pants like halfway down your butt, and they give you a shot, and it feels like ass. It hurts so bad. Like you're sore for like a day or two. Actually, probably more than a day or two. There's a couple guys that actually had swelling on their butt cheeks, and it was bad. So that's P4 day, and then you do your PFA P5 day. Okay. Now, mind you, mine wasn't bad, and I came into boot camp in actually very good shape, because, well, I just wanted to be in really good shape for boot camp, and there was a contract that I was trying to get that unfortunately I was hurt during my debt process, and I was unable to get it, and I thought I could get it here, wasn't able to. That's a story for another day, though, or for another video. So you have to run depending on what your age group is, what you're going to have to do. I think regardless, for females, you have to run it in, you have to run your time in like 19 minutes or something, like 19:30, I think. Like you just have to run your mile and a half in 19 minutes and 30 seconds. And then males, I think they have to do it in like 16 something. All right, take that seriously. Take your running and take your cardio seriously. And focus on that. I'm not saying don't focus on your push-ups and your your push-ups and your sit-ups and whatnot. But even if you fail those P5 day for your initial PFA, they're not going to set you back for that. They will set you back and possibly even separate you if you fail your run and continue to fail your run. Because if you fail your run that day, they will set you back. They'll pretty much take you back or they'll put you in something they call fit RCU, and they'll give you 5 days to make up that run. They'll give you 5 days to actually cut down the time to a certain amount. I think you have to cut them like 1:30 off whatever time you got, whether you failed or not. So if you ran like a 17:30, you have to get like a 16 if you're a male. If you ran and if you're a female and you got like 20:05, you have to get like 18:35 or something. For a female, you have to cut like 1.5 minutes off your time, if I'm not mistaken, or hit the minimum time. I'm not exactly sure how that works, because obviously I wasn't in the situation, but there's people that have been, and it sucks. All right, and if you can't get it down to what they needed, you get it down at the end of that week, they will separate you. But if you're able to, and if you're lucky enough to be able to do it, or you put your mind to it, if you do it within like the first day or so, you'll put you back in your old division. If you don't, then you'll just get put into a different division, which sucks, but that's just the way shit happens sometimes. But yeah, so you'll do that day 1, or you'll do that P5 day. In like the scores that you're supposed to get, like for me, I'm 24, so my scores I think were like 50 push-ups or 50 sit-ups, like 42 push-ups, and like a 15 mile and a half. I beat all that. I got like an 11:30 that run. I had like 75 curl ups or 78 curl ups, something like that, sit ups, and I had like 68 push ups. I think for my initial one. And that was like you didn't work out, but like mine, like my P5 day was not actually like my 5th day there. It was like my 12th day there. So we hadn't been doing anything because of the holidays. So we just kind of sat around and got fat, got out of shape, to be honest. But after you do that, and that's only like if you meet those goals, then you'll get your bonus. You also take your depth test. So make sure that you know your ranking recognition, stuff like that, because it's very important if you really want like the bonus plus possible rank up during boot camp. So if you're like an E1 and you want to be like an E2 or E2, you want to be E3, take that stuff seriously because that will help you out in the long run, I promise you. It's automatic advancement, I'm pretty sure. And then they'll also give you, like if you're an E2 and you take leadership role, you could also rank, like within your division, you could also rank up to like an E3. All right, you can't go higher than E3, but you know, just keep something like this stuff like that in mind. Don't be like a bystander, don't just sit on the side. And I'm sorry if I'm like, this is pretty crappy, like the voice and stuff, I'm kind of losing it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for P days. P days suck, all right? They suck. You're gonna be sitting around doing a whole lot of waiting, doing a whole lot of nothing a lot of the time, waiting for things to clear up, waiting for like your division to get done with medical, waiting for your division to get done with vision, waiting for your division to get done with dental, stuff like that. And if you're at the back of the line, or if you're like, if your last name starts with like a Z or something, you're gonna be waiting in line to get everything done. And if your name starts with an A, you're gonna be the first one done. You're gonna be waiting for everybody else to get done afterwards. All right, you're gonna be sitting around a lot, doing a lot of studying, writing down ranking recognition 10 times, a bunch of times, or just countless and countless times over and over, as well as your general orders. Make sure you know your general orders. Or have a good idea about what your general orders are by the time you come in. I'm not saying you have to know them all perfectly, but that wouldn't hurt. All right, and it really doesn't take that long to like memorize them. Write them down a few times each, right? Say them a couple times, you know, every day before you go to sleep or something, and they'll stick. I promise you. Just stay with it. All right, but also focus on your fitness. Focus on things you got to get done. And I know it's a lot, but like, or it sounds like a lot, but also focus on your family time, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna think about that stuff, you know, when you're in boot camp. And there's gonna be times like for Christmas, it was really tough for me because I'm married, I have a kid, and I have another one on the way, and not being able to be there for them for Christmas or New Year's, it's really hard, and that's probably the times that hit me the hardest. And you still won't be able to talk to them, so enjoy that time while you're in depth, okay? Like, I know you guys are probably anxious and ready to get on with your like your military career, Navy career, but I promise you that Navy career, as long as you don't do anything stupid, as long as you don't mess up in depth, to the point where like they gotta get you out of debt because of legal problems, or as long as you don't get hurt, that Navy career is gonna be waiting for you, for your for your ship out date, and I promise you it's gonna get there eventually. So just take advantage of the time, and if you want to leave early and they're able to leave early because you get a different contract or just you're able to ship out earlier, go ahead and take that if you want, but just keep in mind that you're not gonna get that time with your family back, right? So just enjoy the time that you're gonna get with your family. And, you know, once you come to boot camp, come ready to go. Don't come with bullshit. Listen to authority. That's going to be the biggest thing for a lot of people, is succumbing to authority. All right, and it's not because, you know, yes, you might be bigger than them, you might be stronger than the people that are telling you to do things. Like we had an RDC, and that was maybe $140. He was a male RDC, probably like 5'4", $140, maybe. All right. So most of the males that were there were bigger than him, but it's not about that. It's not about, oh, I can beat him up. Yeah, you probably could. I'm not gonna lie to you, you probably could, because he's very small. But it's not about that. It's about respect, all right? And the more people you respect and the more you show respect in military bearing, the easier it's gonna be for you, and the better it's gonna be for you, and the more you're like, the more possibilities that are gonna open up to you while in boot camp and afterwards, all right? So just keep that in mind. Keep that like in the back of your head at all times, and just embrace Just embrace it, all right? Embrace what boot camp is. Embrace that it's gonna suck. Embrace the fact that there's gonna be a lot of times that you're not gonna get, you're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, but you'll never get 8 hours of sleep because you're gonna be doing stuff at night, studying, you're gonna be doing homework, you're gonna be doing things you need to do, like ironing your clothes, okay? You're gonna be up taxes anywhere from 2100 to 22, so 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., but you will never go to sleep at those times unless you have a watch. And you like later that night and you need to go to sleep or get some sleep. But then you're also going to be, if Reveille is at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, you're never going to get up that late. All right. You're always going to be up around like an hour before, if not more. There's people that woke up in my division an hour and a half, 2 hours before so they could get everything done. Because keep in mind, you're going to have to share, sinks and stuff. So you're gonna have to, shave every morning. You're gonna have to brush your teeth every morning. Same when it comes to hygiene or showering or whatever, depending on what kind of compartments you have. My compartment had individual shower stalls, but a lot of them didn't. A lot of them had like those group shower stalls where they have that big pole in the middle, like locker room style, and then they have a bunch of individual heads wrapped around it and you just showered there. So you're gonna have to share, like, you're gonna have to like manage your time wisely because you only get 15 minutes in the morning after Reveille to get ready to go for the day. So my advice to you is learn how to wake up early and manage your time, man, because time management is a huge deal in the military. But that's all I got for now for P-Days. My next video will probably be, probably phase 1 of boot camp. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be or how in-depth I'm going to get with my next video. But I'm going to keep these coming, and I'm just going to put these out there as they go. All right, so peace, be safe, and Hoo-yah Navy.